Hey guys, what's up? So recently I have been looking through a lot of my old VHS tapes from when I was younger, for my family get-togethers and things like that, Christmas, 4th of July, various holidays and events. And when I went looking through these VHS tapes, I noticed that a lot of them had this icky stuff right here. And from what I was reading, this is mold that gets onto the tapes after they've been stored for a while, especially if they've been stored incorrectly. But this stuff right here gets on there. And if you try to put this in your VHS player with it like this, usually because this tape is actually stuck together, it seems that the VCR will actually eat the tapes, destroy them, sometimes even break the tape itself, the tape inside, and all that nasty stuff. Even if you do get it to play, it's going to fall off in your VCR and it could possibly damage it, or at least get your heads dirty on there. Okay, so I watched several videos on this, and a lot of it seemed like super complicated. Well, not just complicated, but kind of time consuming, and I was trying to find like a simple way to do it. I'm not saying this is the best, the most effective way to clean a VHS from mold, but it's one that I have personally been using, and it does work. Now, before we get started, I just want to let you know I'm not liable if you mess up your VHS tape. Do this at your own risk. It's worked for me, but these things can be fragile. It's easy to damage these. Okay, now we got that out of the way. So basically, these are the tools you're going to need in order to clean your VHS tape from the mold. So, of course, you got to have your VHS tape. Small screwdriver, right here. Microfiber cloth, preferably. Don't use paper towel or anything like that. You could scratch your tape. Even though I'm not necessarily cleaning the tape with this, you're getting a little too close for comfort for me anyways. So, got that. Okay. Alcohol, this is 91% isopropyl alcohol. This is not necessarily, I don't know that you'd have to buy the 91%. Like I said, I'm not actually using this alcohol either to clean the tape itself. This is just from cleaning excess mold, just as the microfiber cloth will be as well. And this is a VHS tape rewinder. This is not a necessity. You don't necessarily have to use this, but it's going to make your life a lot easier if you do have one of these. You can pick these up all day long for around $3 or $4. I've got 2 of them. I actually bought both of mine from local thrift stores. They show up in there every once in a while. Okay, so the first thing that you're going to want to do, okay, now what we're going to do actually, so I'm going to kind of try to explain this a little bit. So this mold right here, and the reason I come up with this idea, so I did try to play this in a VCR, and I noticed like it wouldn't play really, and like it kept spitting the tape back out. But when I could get it to rewind, I noticed some of the tape was getting clean over here as I was rewinding it, and I was thinking, like, is this stuff falling off? So I could get it to play a little bit, but then I got worried about my VCR actually getting messed up or getting my heads dirty and things like that. So I was like, I wonder if I rewound this manually, that stuff would fall off. And so I started experimenting with it, and I actually come up with a pretty good way to get it off. So let's take this apart real quick. I'm going to kind of go over that as well. So you've usually got 5 screws in here. I think I've seen one with 6, but there's normally 5 from what I can tell. 2, 3, 4, and 5. So 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and 1 in the center here. So I'm going to kind of try to face this towards you as I do it. So I'm kind of going to be working in reverse. Okay, so yeah, we got all of our screws out right here. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to actually take this apart. Now, if you have a sticker on here, you're going to want to get you're either going to want to peel that sticker off, or you're going to want to get a blade to cut it, which I'm going to actually do. That is one item that I did forget. You are going to need a blade, or you're going to have to peel that sticker off. You don't have to have the blade, but some of these stickers are so old, it's going to be tough to peel. So let me grab a blade. Okay. So I'm just going to cut through the center right here. Of course, you're going to mess up your label to a certain degree no matter how you do this, but it's as simple as that right there. So basically I just cut right through it. Okay, so what we're going to want to do now is you're going to want to, let's see, you have to pull that tab open. I got a little button right here, so you'll lift that and actually, simple as that, come open. Okay, so now you're looking at the tape open here. You got your tape on the outside there. Okay, so here comes the fun part. Now, when I was originally doing this, I was doing this by hand to where I was actually just, let's see, I'm facing my way, so I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. Okay, so I'm going to go forward with the tape first because I'm going to use my tape rewinder to go backwards. So I'm actually going to go forward so I can run it backwards, because this side is already decently clean and it's just going to make it a lot easier. So now normally I would, when I started, I was doing this manually. So I was holding that down and, oops, it's going to be weird kind of doing it. And I was just doing it manually, like that. I was like, wow, that is taking a long time, you know? So I was thinking like, well, how could I make that actually faster? So I was like, what if I take it out and find a quick way to spin it around? Okay, now it's not much quicker, don't get me wrong, this is a time-consuming process. Okay, so get that out of the way for now. So now you're left with this. Okay, so now I originally did this on paper towels because there is the way you spin this, and I may have to actually switch to paper towels. I thought maybe a towel would work better, but you need something to kind of grip this, because when you spin it, it kind of needs to stay in place to make it faster. So I think I'm actually going to have to switch to paper towels because I can already tell this ain't doing like I want it to. So I'm going to switch all this to paper towels and I will do that. Okay, so we've got the paper towels, we've got our film here. Now you see how that spins so much easier on paper towels. And basically what you're doing, it is harder for me to spin in this direction, but it's okay. Basically, you are fast forwarding the tape, but you're doing it manually. And as you're doing it, this crusty stuff right here is actually falling off. Now, let's see. It seems to be falling off to me. Like I said, you know, this stuff wouldn't even play originally, a lot of these tapes. And I noticed when you rewind it to this side, all that stuff is gone. So I'm assuming it's falling here onto the paper towel. I mean, you can see it. When I was doing it inside the tape, you could really see it. But you really don't want to do it inside the tape anyways because, well, you have to blow that out anyways. This way you can at least just kind of throw it away, I guess. And what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to turn this around so that actually falls the other way. seems to be rolling a little better too. Okay guys, so we've got our tape rewound, fast forwarded actually, we have it fast forward. So this is what we have so far. This is what we're looking at. Okay, so yeah, so that would be right. So we have it fast forward. So this is what we got so far. So it's not perfect yet. It's already looking better than it was, but it's not perfect. Some of the stuff fell off, some of it has not. Much better than it was though. So this is the next step in the process. This is how we're going to get some of this other stuff off of here. Okay. So now we're going to take our isopropyl alcohol here, and we're going to take our microfiber cloth. So there's this film. So it's actually the same stuff. I don't know if you can see it on camera, maybe at a certain angle. You can kind of see it there. But it's on here, and I'm sure it's back here on the white part as well. But this stuff has also gotten onto here, so we got to clean that off. We got to get that good and clean. So this is where I'm going to use the isopropyl alcohol to clean that. So just and you're going to want to use the. You're not going to want to fold it or anything, so just use like one piece here. Just get you some alcohol in there, and we're going to clean this here, and be sure not to hit your and so we're going to do the same for the other side. So flip that. Well, you don't have to flip it around, so just keep it like this, and we'll clean the clear part here as well. So make sure you don't try to so we've got that looking pretty good there. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to actually put this back inside of this here. So one thing you want to make sure when you put this back in, for one thing, make sure the tape goes in there correctly, but you want to also make sure that you start the roll going in. There's like a little flap here that goes in between this bar and this next roller right here. So you want to send the tape in through that and around that roller, and you want to send this part in between the white roller and this little metal silk roller right here. So I'm going to try to keep it faced toward you and see how this goes here. So I'm going to rewind it a little bit right here. Oops. Just so I can actually see it. Okay, so set it in there. Put it between that flap. And not doing a very good job. Sometimes you can stick it right in there without any effort. Sometimes it takes a little maneuver. Okay, we got it. Okay, so on this side, try not to touch the tape too much, which I'm doing. A lot of it has to do with me trying to do it in reverse to the way I'm used to actually doing it. Okay. Okay, so we got that set back in there. Ew, that ain't doing like I like. Is that right? Guess that's correct. Yeah, okay. So do that right there, and now we're going to put this back on. So Again, hold this up as you place it back on. Okay, and put our screws back in now. Okay, so this is what we got so far. So it's looking better. If you remember what, so there's still some on there, you can see it kind of in the light, but it is looking better. So this is the part where we actually send it through the VCR rewinder. Now, if you don't have one of those, you'll have to continually go back and forth with this because you still don't want to put this in your VCR, because if you do, you're going to get all that nasty stuff in your VCR. We don't want that. And you may be asking, why didn't I put this in the VCR rewinder, VHS rewinder initially? Well, I tried that because I had one that was fast forwarded almost all the way, and I tried putting it in there and it snapped the tape, and I had to do some doctoring and tape it back together basically. So we're going to throw this in the VHS rewinder and we'll see how it looks after that. Okay, so we got our VHS rewinder here. Like I said, this is one I picked up at the thrift store. It's loud, I guess because it's old, but it does work. I said I've got two of them. So we're just going to throw this in here and see what it does here. So, like I said, this is going to rewind it. We got that forward. Like I said, it's loud. One of the reasons why I actually took it to another room. I got people sleeping in the house, so yeah, we're just gonna let that run. Okay, so as you can see, I switched out my VHS rewinder and decided to use this one. That one was just making a lot of noise, even more than I remembered it making when I used it last. So it seems like it's in pretty bad condition. It may need a cleaning, it may be going out. So this is the first time I've tried this one, and it didn't do that at all. This one was extremely smooth, worked very well. So I just didn't want to mess up my tape, so I switched to this one. Okay, so let's take a look at what this tape actually looks like, and see what we got. See how well we did. Okay, so that is a lot better. Now, I'm not going to say that it's perfect, but it's pretty dang good, you know? And it's going to get better every time that you repeat this process. You can do it as many times as you want. But yeah, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that one. That's not the best looking one that I've had turn out. I've actually had some turn out even better than that. But still though, this one was a pretty this one's in pretty rough shape, so it's getting better. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, I take no responsibility if something happens to your VHS tape. Do this at your own risk. But I hope it works out as well for you as it has for me. Anyways, thanks for watching.